Good morning, students. So in this video we will continue with the human digestive system. So human digestive system of the human body comprises a group of organs working together to convert food into energy for the body. So this is the function of human digestive system. So what is the function of human digestive system? To convert the food into energy for the body. So anatomically, the digestive system is made up of the gastrointestinal tract. So this gastrointestinal tract, so this is also known as alimentary canal. So along with this gastrointestinal tract, so accessory organs so also remain present in the human digestive system. And what are these accessory organs? So these accessory organs are liver, pancreas, gallbladder, tongue, teeth. So these are accessory organs which help in the process of digestion. The hollow organs that make up the gastrointestinal tract includes the mouth, esophagus, then stomach, small intestine and large intestine. So what are the different parts of alimentary canal? So I want to make it clear that gastrointestinal tract. So this gastrointestinal tract, so it is also known as alimentary canal. So what are the different parts of alimentary canal? So mouth, after mouth there will be esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. The digestion process involves the alimentary canal along with various accessory organs and organ system. So the digestive system consists of alimentary canal, and this alimentary canal it will be supported by accessory organs. And what are accessory organs? Such as salivary gland, liver, pancreas. So they are the accessory organs which will help in the process of digestion. Now we'll see the diagram of the human digestive system. So this is the diagram of human digestive system. So there are the different labeling from 1 to 12. So what are the different labeling? So labeling 1 is mouth. So what is the function of mouth? So mouth is the opening through which we intake the solid food. So mouth here it refers to the oral cavity also. So inside mouth we have tongue, teeth and salivary gland. So the level number 2, so this level number 2 is the teeth. So there are 4 different types of teeth. It remain present inside our mouth: incisor, canine, premolar and molar. So they grind the solid food. The level number 3 is the salivary gland. So 3 pairs of salivary gland remain present in our body, and the secretion of salivary gland is known as saliva. And saliva it moistens the food, and saliva it also possesses one enzyme. Try to recall the name of that enzyme. It is salivary amylase, which help in digestion of starch. The level number 4 is pharynx. So what is the function of this pharynx? So pharynx is a common passage for the food as well as inhaled air. So whatever food we intake and whatever air we inhale, so both the food as well as air it will go through the pharynx. So pharynx is a common passage for the inhaled air as well as the food. The level number 5 is the esophagus. Esophagus is also known as food pipe. And finally the food from the mouth it enters into the esophagus, and from esophagus it enters into the stomach. So here we have to keep in mind that esophagus is also known as food pipe, and there will be no digestion of food takes place in esophagus. So why the digestion of food will not take place in esophagus? Because there will be no enzymes remain present in esophagus. So simply there will be no digestion of food takes place in esophagus. There is one more important term related with the esophagus, and that is that the food it moves forward in esophagus by a movement, and that movement is known as peristaltic movement. So this is very important. We have to keep in mind that by the process of peristaltic movement, food it moves forward direction in esophagus. and from esophagus finally the food it enters into the stomach, which is the level number 7. So stomach is a muscular bag like structure which will temporarily stores the food, and from stomach that small intestine, that level number 10 will arise, and from that small intestine finally food enters into the level number 9, which is the large intestine, and finally from large intestine the food it will enters into the rectum, which is level number 11, and finally it will be thrown out of the body. The undigested food is thrown out of our body by the level number 12, which is the anus. So these are the different parts of alimentary canal. So this is a complete diagram of human digestive system. So human digestive system consists of alimentary canal along with the accessory glands. So what are the different parts of alimentary canal? So alimentary canal is a long tubular passage, and this passage will start from the mouth and it ends into the anus. So what are the different parts of alimentary canal? Mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, finally rectum and anus. From anus the undigested food will move out. And what are the accessory glands which are associated with the process of digestion? So here inside buccal cavity we can see in green color it is labeled the salivary glands. The level number 6 is liver, which is a gland, and level number 8 is a pancreas, which will help in the process of digestion. So three glands we can see: salivary gland, liver and pancreas. Now what are the different parts of human digestive system? So the digestive system of the human body comprises of group of organs that work together in converting food into energy and other basic nutrients to power the body. The food we take in is digested and utilized by our body, and the unused parts of the food are defecated. The digestive system of the human body is the sum of the gastrointestinal tract, which is mentioned as the alimentary canal, and accessory organs, or it is better to say accessory duct like liver, pancreas, salivary gland, and these two parts together help in the digestion process. Now about alimentary canal. What is alimentary canal? So it is a long tube through which the food that we eat is passed. It begins at the mouth, passes through the pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and finally ends at the anus. The food particles gradually get digested as they travel through various components of the alimentary canal. So always we have to remember that liver, salivary gland, pancreas, they are not part of alimentary canal. Food will never ever enters into the liver, salivary gland, pancreas. Food will always pass through the different chambers of the different parts of the alimentary canal. And what are the different parts of alimentary canal? So it starts from the mouth. From mouth, pharynx, esophagus, which is also known as food pipe, then stomach, small intestine, large intestine, finally the rectum. Rectum is a part of large intestine, and the opening through which the undigested food is thrown out, so that opening is known as anus. Now accessory organs or accessory ducts which participate, accessory glands which participate in the digestion process. So they stimulates the digestion by releasing certain enzymes. So what is the function of digestive glands such as salivary gland, liver, pancreas? So they release certain enzymes that help in breaking down of the food. So now we will discuss about the different parts of alimentary canal. So first part is mouth. So food starts its journey from the mouth or the oral cavity. There are many other organs that contribute to the digestion process, including teeth, salivary gland and tongue. Teeth are designed for grinding food particles into small pieces and are moistened with saliva before the tongue pushes the food into the pharynx. Next part of the alimentary canal is pharynx. So pharynx is a fibromuscular Y-shaped tube attached to the terminal end of the mouth. It is mainly involved in the passage of chewed and crushed food from the mouth through the esophagus. It also has a major part on the respiratory system as air travels through the pharynx from the nasal cavity on its way to the lungs. So we have to remember that pharynx is a common passage for the inhaled air as well as the food. Next part of alimentary canal is esophagus. So esophagus, it is a muscular tube that connects the pharynx, which is part of an upper section of the gastrointestinal tract. It supplies solid food along with the length. So this is the function of esophagus. So esophagus is also known as food pipe. Finally, the next part of alimentary canal is stomach. So stomach, it serves as a muscular bag which is situated towards the left side of the abdominal cavity. Beneath the diaphragm, this vital organ acts as a storage for the food and provides enough time to digest meals. The stomach also produces digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid that maintains the process of digestion. So stomach is a very important part of alimentary canal, and stomach, it releases a juice, and that juice is known as gastric juice. So what are the components of gastric juice and what is the function of gastric juice? So gastric juice is consists of three components. First one is a mucus. So what is the function of this mucus? So it is an aqueous secretion produced by the mucous membrane which remain present inside the stomach. It functions by protecting the stomach lining and gastric pits from the acid. So we all know that hydrochloric acid is also secreted from the stomach. So this hydrochloric acid can damage to the inner wall of the stomach. So the inner wall of the stomach, it remain protected from the hydrochloric acid by the help of mucus. So this mucus, it lines the inner lining of stomach so that it remain protected from the hydrochloric acid. Second component of the gastric juice is digestive enzymes. So they are the group of enzymes which function by breaking down polymeric macromolecule like biopolymers into their smaller and simpler substance. So mainly the enzyme which remain present in the gastric juice is pepsin. So pepsin, it remains present in their inactive form, which is the pepsinogen. So what is the function of this pepsinogen enzyme? So it will help in breakdown of the protein. So it is very important. Pepsinogen enzyme remain present in gastric juice and it will act upon protein and it will help in digestion of protein. Third and the last component of gastric juice is hydrochloric acid. So this hydrochloric acid, it is the digestive fluid formed by the stomach during the process of digestion. Its function by destroying harmful microorganisms present in the food particles. So there are many functions of this hydrochloric acid. So first function of this hydrochloric acid is to destroy the germs and bacteria which enters into our stomach along with the food. Second function of hydrochloric acid is to provide acidic medium for the digestion of protein in stomach. So protein will be digested in stomach only if it will get the acidic medium, and this acidic medium is provided by the hydrochloric acid. So what are the components of gastric juice? So gastric juice is a liquid or fluid which is secreted by the stomach. And what are the component of gastric juice? So it consists of mucus, pepsinogen enzyme, and third is a hydrochloric acid. Now next part of the small intestine alimentary canal is the small intestine. The small intestine is a thin, long tube of about 10 feet long. So it is very important that it is around 10 feet long and it is a part of lower gastrointestinal tract. It is present just behind the stomach and acquires a maximum area of the abdominal cavity. The complete small intestine is coiled and inner surface consists of folds and ridges called villi. So small intestine is a very important part of alimentary canal. So it is the site for complete digestion of food. So all the component of food, whether it is carbohydrate, protein, fats, so they will be digested in small intestine. So process of digestion, it completes in small intestine, and process of absorption of the digested food, it also takes place in small intestine, because small intestine they possess a minute finger-like projection called villi. So through these villi, the digested food they are absorbed. Finally, the last part of the alimentary canal is large intestine. So large intestine is a thick, long tube measuring around 5 feet in length. It is present just beneath the stomach and wraps over the superior and lateral edges of the small intestine. It absorbs water and consists of bacteria that support in the breakdown of waste to fetch small nutrients. So the main function of a large intestine is to absorb water from the undigested food, and the undigested food it temporarily remains stored in large intestine. So finally, the last part of the alimentary canal is rectum. So rectum is actually part of large intestine where the waste products are passed into the end of the large intestine called the rectum. So always you have to remember that rectum is a part of large intestine and eliminated out of the body as a solid matter called stool. It is stored in the rectum as semi-solid feces which later exist from the body through the anal canal through the process of defecation. Now we will discuss about what are the accessory organs or accessory glands which are associated with the digestive system. So the first accessory gland is salivary gland. So three pairs of salivary glands remain present in our buccal cavity, and they are parotid gland, submandibular gland, and sublingual gland, and they secrete saliva. Second gland is pancreas. So pancreas is a large gland present just behind the stomach. It is short with its anterior connected to the duodenum and posterior pointing towards the left part of the abdominal cavity. So in this diagram you can see that this yellow structure, leaf-like structure, is a pancreas, and pancreas is a gland which releases a juice which is known as pancreatic juice, which contains some enzymes which help in the digestion of food. The next accessory gland is liver. So liver is the largest gland present in our body. It is roughly triangular reddish brown gland, and it is located right to the stomach, and it produces a liquid which is known as bile juice which help in the digestion of fat. So it is very important that the bile juice secreted from the liver digests the fat in the small intestine. The bile is stored and recycled in a gallbladder. So temporarily the bile juice it remain stored in a structure known as gallbladder. It is a small pear-shaped organ which is located just next to the liver. So this structure is liver, and this is the gallbladder. So bile juice it will be secreted from the liver, and temporarily it will get stored in the gallbladder. So this much only for today. Thank you.